You ready?
Mm-hmm. Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Sarah.
And I'm Kefa. And welcome to our channel, The Safa Way. And Safa, Sarah, Kefa.
A bit cheesy, but
we've been going by that name for a really, really long time. So anyway, welcome to our channel, which is The Safa Way, where we show you how we sell. We've actually been selling online for the last like 20 months, and we're going to show you how we've been doing over the last 20 months, primarily focusing on January. So in January we did, drum roll, one of our biggest months ever. We did $8,835 in gross sales across like four different platforms. So we sell in a variety of places.
Yes, right? So we have 2 stores on eBay and 2 stores on Mercari.
Yes.
Or Mercari.
Mercari.
I have to roll my R's.
Yeah, it's
Mercari.
Okay. Yes. So January is actually one of our best months ever. And we wanted to just show you a lot of the things that sold in January, some of the different strategies that we implemented to sell almost like $8,835 in January. And you'll see some of the different stuff that you can actually find from a variety of places that actually sell incredibly well. So it was, like I said, it was one of our best selling months ever, and we used several different strategies to do that. One thing that we did do with our eBay store, in fact, we did implemented a lot of free shipping with several different items. We also sent out tons and tons of offers. The offers tool in eBay can be golden. It can sometimes turn even the most stagnant of items into like a great sale. And then third and most importantly, we launched a sneaker only store. And that was a lot of work.
Safa sneakers.
Yes, Safa sneakers. And that store just picked up like crazy in the first month. In fact, it did I think it was about $2,175 in the first month. So we take the sales from that store, plus we have our other store on eBay, which is kind of like our main store, and then we have 2 other stores on Mercari. And we're going to show you some of the things that sold, how well they did, how much we found them for, where we found them, and what they sold for, and what like the profit margin was for all of them. So we hope you guys are looking forward to this. If this is really choppy to start with, forgive us. This is literally our first video for YouTube.
Yes, so let me introduce the first 2 items that we some of the 2 biggest items that we sold this month. I'm familiar with them because I found them. So, just a little bit, Okay, so the first one is a Ed Hardy suit. Depending on your age, you might be familiar with that. So it's a type of suit that is kind of like velvet, and you have the upper part and the bottom part, and they match. So I used to have one when I was like 15 years old, and it was really cool. So when I saw it and I saw that it was Ed Hardy, automatically I took it and I researched it. When I showed it to Kefa was like, no, that won't sell. And then I showed him the comp, and of course I was right. So
I thought she was talking about Eddie Bauer, and those don't do well. But we actually have the videos where we found this item, so we'll link it. You can check it out. We'll attach it. You can see that we just
yes. So we found it. Kefa put it online, and it sold in about 24 hours, and it sold for $200. So removing the cost of the item, so it cost about $10, the fees and everything, we made a profit of about $160. If I'm not mistaken, someone from England bought it. Yes, right?
And that was a huge, we found that for $10, and we found it at a Goodwill. We were actually going out of town, and we stopped at this Goodwill, and it was right there. And she found it. I could have found it first, but it didn't happen. And yeah, we got it for $10 at Goodwill in near perfect condition. So
yes.
Yeah, that was a great deal.
Yes. So the second item, or it's a combination of two items. We found the same day, just in a different store. So I was going through the men's sweaters and I found these very like vintage sweaters with a big F on them. And I was like, let me research them because they seem to be, I don't know, to have value, because the fabric was very good and everything. So I just looked them up, and honestly we were not sure how much they could go for. We knew that they came from the Furman universities. University. We had no idea. We just took a chance, and we're glad that we took a chance because they cost $12. Both of them together, and we sold for $160.
Yeah. That
was the profit?
Yeah, that was we sold them for about $160, and they sold within 3 days. Somebody actually messaged us. We had listed them separately, and someone messaged about combining both of them for one single price. So we agreed to do that, and the purchase was made literally like 24 hours. I think 2 days after we posted, and it was a huge sale. So we sold it for like $160, and so our profit was roughly about 120, 130 there. Yeah. So that was a huge thing, and a lot of those vintage stuff, those vintage type sweaters, people really love them because they don't make them anymore. So if you do find those, look them up, check them out.
Okay, so now I will let Kefa, because these are his finds. They're not so many. I'm kidding.
Okay, you were hard in high school. Okay, so the next thing we actually purchased these. These were Danner's men's hike trail sneakers, Gore-Tex, so waterproof. Now, I actually didn't know a thing about Danner sneakers. If I'm saying that incorrectly, please correct me, because we will butcher a couple of these. But we found these sneakers back in December, and we paid $25 for them. They were brand new. We found them at a Salvation Army, and we paid up. We researched the comps at the time, and we found that they sold for anywhere from like $125 to $150, and these were brand new. And we listed them. They took a bit of time to sell because we were patient with them. We received so many offers, lowball offers. That's right, you're gonna get a lot of those on eBay. But anyway, it ended up selling for $115, and we had those listed with free shipping. We accepted a best offer, and our profit margin for that was $62. So once again, whenever you go out to the stores, if you see boots, sneakers that are Gore-Tex or waterproof, research them on your phone. You might be surprised that it's actually a really good brand with a great following, and Danner happens to be a really good brand. All right, the next one that probably was one of the more exciting things is that we sold is a pair of Giro Savics. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. These were white titanium road bike shoes, and we've sold several pairs of like biking shoes, and they always do really well for us, especially if you find a brand that has a really good following, and this one does. And we actually bought these brand new for $6 at Miracle Hill Thrift Store. Miracle Hill is a thrift store that's like mostly in the South Carolina area. Yeah. And we purchased those for $6. And that was in October, so they took a bit of time to sell, mainly because they're small size for women. And they sold last month for $115, and we made a $92 profit. So we were laughing all the way to the bank with that one.
Yes, those are the kinds of sales that make you like.
Yeah, they make you like, you just want to dance when you just get that ching, for something like that. So, all right. Your turn. Next one?
Okay.
This one?
Then you're gonna have to help me with the pronunciation. So we found a Patagonia men's lightwear.
Cinchilla.
Cinchilla?
I think that's how you say it.
I have no idea.
You correct us.
Cinchilla. Snap T fleece gray.
Cool.
So how much did you pay for it?
That one we bought for like $19, and we bought it from a Goodwill just 2 weeks ago.
Right, I remember. Yeah, so we did
2 weeks ago.
pay up for it because
Yeah.
$19 at Goodwill, that's a bit
The higher
expensive,
side,
but it is Patagonia and it was a good one. So it sold for $75. It was in great condition, so it's a profit of $32.
Yes, that was a
Which
good
is
one.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Next, at one of our local Goodwills, we had found some LG's flip cell phones, like those old cell phones. They were in perfect condition. I believe they were new.
Yeah, they came with the box and everything. It's like those first phones that you wanted to make sure everyone saw that you had when you finally got
Like
one.
put the volume on max and carry it.
I don't want to say I did that.
I know you did that.
Okay, I wasn't a loser. It was the right thing to do at the time. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fine. So we purchased it for $199, and each. So how many of them?
Actually, we bought 2 of them.
We bought 2 of them, and
the boxes,
they sold each for $62.
Yes.
So that's a profit of $54.
Yeah, for each.
For each.
Yeah.
For an old flip phone.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, like I found them, but it's the type of thing that I would have just left. But just in case I want to check with him, because I never know. And I was looking at the comps, and to me it was not 100% clear if it was going to sell for a lot of money or not. But we did the work. We did the work together. We decided to take a chance. It was a good thing to do.
Yeah. And those phones, especially those that kind of, what's that word again? With the phones, I can't even think of the word, but have a contract.
The prepaid.
The prepaid.
Yes.
So it sounds crazy, but a lot of those prepaid phones from 10 years ago or something, people love them, especially when they're from like an LG or Sony or any of those brands. They're actually still valuable. And when you do find them in excellent condition or something and you put them up, people will buy them because they're valuable, and people are looking for that kind of stuff because they're not really being made anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The next one was a doTERRA diffuser. doTERRA?
Yeah.
So for essential oils, and we've owned one of those in the past. It came with a set. It was very expensive. So when Kefa found it, he knew automatically that he had to take it. It was brand new in the box.
So sealed.
So he paid for $3.99 for it, and it sold within a week for $55. So that's the profit. It's a profit of $32.
Yeah. And that's another brand that has such a strong following. Some of these home items, and actually the person who purchased it left us a great review, so thank you. They said that they loved it, but we had actually gotten one from our family in Canada. They spent so much money on it, and then we got it for $3.99 at Goodwill, still sealed, and somebody else purchased it and they love it, so it worked out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so the next thing, and by the way, we're not going to share with you guys every single thing that we purchased and like we sold in January. We had so many incredible sales, but these are some of the ones that we absolutely love the most, and so we'd love to share them with you so that you get to see the variety of items that you can actually come across from these stores, or even within your house. Sometimes you have some of these things, and they have tremendous value. So one of the other things we did sell was Uggs Avondale studs premium suede sheepskin side zip boots. That's a mouthful. Yowza. Anyway, we actually purchased those boots from a consignment store, and they were in amazing condition. Perfect, beautiful, something I would never wear in my life, but somebody else will. And we purchased them for $27, and we actually sold these on the last day of the month. Someone sent us an offer for one of $103. We had them listed, I think, for like $120 with shipping included, and someone offered us one of $103 on Mercari, and we accepted it. And they actually received it a few days later and left us a glowing review saying that they loved them. So that was an awesome sale. Uggs, of course, they have such a strong following. Of course, different styles sell differently. Some sell better than others, but these ones were rather unique. And when we had looked at the comps when we first purchased them, we found that there really weren't that many of them around. It was a more rare style because it had all these studs and whatnot. And
so what was the profit?
The profit, actually, what did we do? We actually made about $58 on it.
So the offer was for 103.
Yes.
The profit was 58. Okay.
So we also had other really good sales throughout the month, like sneakers. Did I say something? Oh, I forgot. Oh, sorry. I forgot that one. MIT. Nothing to do with the college though. All right. So we had this other piece. It was an MIT leather vintage mid-century hand-tooled purse. It was a very unique piece, and we purchased it back in September, so it took a bit of time to sell, which is fine. Sometimes this happens, but this is one of those unique bags, and we purchased it for $4 actually at a Goodwill, and it has a beautiful design, and it is hand tooled, and so of course that appeals quite a bit. And the leather itself was like spectacular leather, so you knew the quality itself was stellar. And we sold it for $44, and our profit for that was $32. So it was a pretty good sale. What else? We did several other things, from sneakers to leggings.
A bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yes, but the shoes this month.
Yes.
Because of the new store.
Yes.
Yeah, it has been.
The shoe store really picked up. So, like we said, if you look at the two stores we have on eBay, the main store, which is kind of like a general store, and then you have the shoe store, and then you combine that with the two Mercari stores. Across all of them, we were able to sell 8,835 with a variety of stuff. The thing is, a lot of the stuff that we're selling, you can actually find them at these thrift stores.
Yes.
Right?
With sometimes a lot of hard work.
Yes.
We're not gonna lie.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to do a lot of hard work. I think it's all about timing in a way. So there's a lot of resellers in our area for sure. So if the person puts some good shoes on the shelf at 10 and I only get there at 11, most probably they're no longer there. So it's all about timing, but still there's so many donations and so many things that's what we do, and we're able to get some of them.
Yes. And also another thing is, if you're going out, trying to sell, it's always good to just learn as many brands as you possibly can. There are those that have a really good following for sure. So for example, if it's Apple, Apple products, Apple has such a strong following that a lot of their products do well across the board, whether it's keyboards or mice or laptops. They do really well. Then there are also clothes and brands that have strong followings, like some of
like Lululemon.
That's
Atleta, Patagonia.
And also when it comes to home items, there are a lot of stuff that have brand following. So when it comes to sneakers, Nikes have good following. Now they all vary. Some are not as valuable as others, but a lot of these things are actually available in several of these stores. And by just going in and finding what you're interested in selling, and then when you go there and you find some of these pieces, looking them up, you might be surprised to find that they're actually really valuable. Obviously, you're going to compete. Like, it's always painful when you walk into Goodwill and then you see like the guy, he has his cart, he already filled it with all the nice shoes.
His phone,
and
looking.
You just give him that look like, oh, how dare you. Like, he just filled his cart with everything. And that means, you're about to walk out with nothing.
But it's part of the process.
We never start fights with other sellers. Not that I know of. But anyway, yes, this is what we did in January, and we're excited about starting to share more and more of our journey with you guys. If you like this kind of video and you'd like to see more, definitely hit that thumbs up button or the like button, and definitely subscribe to our channel, and of course hit that bell icon to receive notifications for when we post new content. We are excited. We're going to be taking you guys on a really exciting journey of showing you how we sell the Sappho way, and hopefully you can take as much information from our process as you possibly can to help you with your resale journey, because trust me, there's a lot out here, and with just a little bit of determination, some effort, some tips here and there, you can do a lot and turn reselling into a whole profitable business, like it's happened for us. Yeah? Anything else?
That's it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Until next time.
Ciao.
Bye.